Hello guys, welcome to the sixth tutorial on Unix programming series for TCS. In our last tutorial we saw about the if-else conditions. In this tutorial we're going to be seeing about something called as the comparison operators and then the logical operators. Let's look at comparison operators first. So the name itself should give us an idea, right? Comparison. How do we compare two things? We can either check if they are equal, if they are not equal, if one is greater than the other, one is lesser than the other, something like that, right? So that is exactly what we're going to be doing with the comparison operator. In our last tutorial we had an example where we checked if the mark is greater than 35, right? We use the greater than symbol. That is a type of a comparison operator. So for greater than we use the greater than symbol. What about lesser than? For lesser than we use the lesser than symbol. Here is an example of a code. Let's say $1 represents the mark. Then if $1 is lesser than 35, I would print fail. Then there is a condition. Let's say in grading system in colleges we have if the person has scored 90 and above, that is if the person has scored 90 marks or above, right? So if the person has scored 90 marks or above, then the person gets A grade. So how do we represent something like that in a comparison operator? That is, the mark can be equal to 90 or greater than 90. For that we use the greater than equal to comparison operator. How do we specify it? Let's say $1 is my mark. I use greater than symbol followed by equal to and then the mark. So if this condition is satisfied, let's say my mark is 90. Since this my mark is 90, so it is greater than or equal to. It is equal to, right? So this condition is satisfied. So it would print the mark. That is, the corresponding code would get executed. What if my marks is 95? It is still this condition is satisfied. So it prints the corresponding mark, that is the corresponding code gets executed. Now next comes the lesser than or equal to. So let's say my $1 represents the blood sugar level, and if my blood sugar level is equal to 100 or lesser than 100, then I would print low sugar, right? If my mark, that is if my blood sugar, $1 is equal to 100, then this condition would be satisfied and it would print low sugar. If it is less, that is more lesser than 100, that is if it was 95 or 90, still this condition would be satisfied. So you understand the difference between greater than equal to, lesser than, and lesser than equal to, right? So it is like inclusive of the value. So that is the difference of this. Now equal to. So let's say we want to check if two things are exactly equal to each other. Let's say my $1 represents the ID number of something. So if I want to check if this ID is matching, so I can use the equal to. So how do we specify it? We specify the equal to comparison operator with two equal to symbols. $1 is equal to 20292, then I print ID matched. Since we have equal to, we should also have a not equal to, right? Let's say I want to check if this person does not belong to mechanical department. So what I can do is let $1 represent the department. I will use the exclamatory mark followed by the equal to sign for checking if it is not equal to, right? Over here we are using two equal to signs to check if it is equal, but in scenarios we would be required to check if it is not equal to something. In that case we use the exclamatory mark and then equal to mech. For another example of not equal to, let's say I want to print all the numbers that are not 0. So I would use $1 not equal to 0, then print. So these are all the comparison operators. Now let's look at the logical operators in if else. So far we have seen conditions which are only single conditions, right? That is, in this case we have only a single condition over here. It checks if only one mark is greater than 35. It checks if one mark is lesser than 35, and then greater than or equal to one condition. Over here as well one condition. By one condition I mean it checks for only one condition, if one particular mark is greater than 35, right? Even over here it checks only if the ID number is equal to the corresponding number. It checks if this person doesn't belong to this department alone. These are all only one conditions, right? What if I wanted to check for multiple conditions? What if my case requires for me to check in multiple conditions? Let's say some people have common ID number. Alright, in that case I have to check for the name as well, right? I want to check if this person has this ID number and he should also have a corresponding name. Alright, what if I wanted to check if this person has passed in any one of the subjects, not in this particular subject alone, in any one of the subjects. I have there are scenarios where I would be having multiple conditions, right? So in order to deal with multiple conditions in if else, we have something called as the logical operators. Now the logical operators are of three types. The first one is the AND operator, the second one is the OR operator. The AND operator works like this: if we specify multiple conditions, then all the conditions need to be satisfied for the corresponding code in the if condition to work. That is, if I'm specifying, let's say in this case, let's take the example of the equal to operator over here, and let me explain it with the AND operator as well. So let's say the person should have the name Rajesh and should have the ID 20292. In that case, the person has to satisfy both the conditions, right? He should have the name as Rajesh and he should also have the ID as 20292. How do I specify that? I specify that by using the AND symbol twice, and then I'm typing let the name be $2 is equal to Rajesh. Alright, so this is how the AND operator works. Now it has to satisfy both the conditions for this print statement to work. Now let's say the person has ID 20292 but doesn't have the name Rajesh. What would happen? In that case, this print statement would not, the print function would not work. Alright, in order for this corresponding code to work, both of the conditions need to be satisfied in case of OR. Alright, now what about the other logical operator? The other logical operator is the OR operator. When we are using the OR operator, if any one of the multiple conditions is satisfied, then it means the corresponding code block would work. Now for the OR operator, let's say if the person has passed in any one of the subjects, it's enough for him to like display pass. Alright, in that case we can specify the OR operator. That is, if any one of the conditions being satisfied is enough for us. If there are multiple conditions and we are okay with any one of the conditions being satisfied, then we use the OR operator. In our case, if the person has passed in one subject, let $2, I specify it by using the pipeline symbol twice. I type for the OR operator, we use the pipeline symbol twice, and I type $2 greater than 35. See, in this case, if this condition or this condition, if any one of the condition is satisfied, then it will print pass. But if both the conditions are unsatisfied, then it won't print pass. This won't get executed. If any one is satisfied, then this would get executed. But for the AND operator, both need to be satisfied. Alright, that is the difference between the OR operator and the AND operator. For the AND operator, both should be satisfied. For the OR operator, any one being satisfied is enough. Let's look at this with an example. Now we are checking if a person has scored 60% in college, 10th and in 12th. Alright, he has to like score 60 plus in all the three cases. What operator do we use over here? In order for this, that is, we want all the three conditions to be satisfied, right? So in that case, we use the AND operator. Since we want all the three conditions to be satisfied, we use the AND operator. So we type 10th mark greater than 60 and 12th mark greater than 60 and college mark greater than 60. If all the three is satisfied, then we print eligible. Now we are checking if a person is passed in any one of the subjects. Since we are checking if he has passed in any one of the subjects, that is, any one of the conditions need to be satisfied. In that case, we use the OR operator. We check sub 1 greater than or equal to 35, sub 2 lesser, that is greater than or equal to 35. We specify the OR operator using the pipeline symbol, and then we print pass. Now if any one of the condition being satisfied, would let this code get executed. But for the AND operator, all the three need to be satisfied. All the conditions need to be satisfied for the AND operator corresponding code to work. Alright, now let's look at the usage of AND operator, OR operator and all the other comparison operators. The live example. Look at this input over here. I have the name, department and then the marks of two subjects. for different students. Alright, now my first scenario is I want to print those who have scored 100 in any one of the subjects. That is sorry, they have to score 100 in any one of the subjects. In that case, I would display them in the output. So the first person has scored 100, the second hasn't, the third has scored 100 in one subject, and the fourth person has also scored in 100 in one subject. So in multiple conditions, that is in two subjects or two conditions, in either of them, if one is satisfied, then we can print it. So in that case, we can use the OR operator, because in of the two conditions, if any one is satisfied, it is enough for us in this scenario, right? So we can use the OR operator. So how do I begin my code? I type AWK awk space, I open a quotation, first is the begin block, I open the bracket. Oh, here first thing I specify is the field separator. The field separator is a hyphen. I want my output to be separated by a space, so I can just leave it as such, or I can specify OFS is equal to space, but it doesn't make a difference because by default OFS is a space. Now I'm done with the begin block. Now let me come to the action block, where each and every line will be processed one by one. So first I'm going to type if, I'm opening the bracket, which field is the first mark? It is the third field, right? So I'm using $3, I'm using $3 if $3 is equal to 100. I'm using 2 equal to because I'm checking if $3 is equal to 100, and or $4 is equal to 100. It's checking if the third field is equal to 100 or the fourth field is equal to 100. I'm using the OR operator over here because I want either one of the conditions to be satisfied. That is, I want the person to have scored 100 in any one of the subjects. That is, if he has scored in one subject, it is enough. I open the bracket and I close the bracket, and then I open the bracket and close the bracket for the code. Inside over here I type print $1 comma topper. I'm printing the name and then the string called as topper. That's all. I'm closing both the brackets. Over here I need not specify the end block because I'm not using it. Even if I specify it, it won't make any difference. It's just the same as leaving it right now because I'm not using it. Alright, now what I'm doing over here is I'm printing the name. The first field is the name, and then I'm printing as topper. I need not use the else block because the else condition, because the else is also optional. I don't need it, so I'm just gonna type it like, I'm just going to leave the else as such. Now if I click run, it's taking some time. You can see Uday topper, Kishore topper, and Prakash topper. See, those who have scored 100 in any one of the subjects have been printed in the topper list. Alright, now let's say I want to check if someone has scored 100 in both the subjects, so both the conditions to be satisfied, right? In that case I will be using the AND operator. So instead of the pipeline, I will just specify two AND symbols. Now the person should have scored 100 in both the subjects, that is both the conditions to be satisfied if this condition has to work, that is if this code has to work. Now if I click run, only one person is being printed because only one person has scored 100 in both the conditions, so only this particular line is able to satisfy both the conditions inside the if block. Alright, that is the difference between the AND operator and then the OR operator. For the OR operator, it has to satisfy any one of the condition, and for the AND operator, it has to satisfy both the conditions. I hope you like this tutorial and I hope you are clear with these concepts. I'll be posting the next tutorial soon. Thank you.